Myers.
Whoever lost the wallet, come to the band stage to retrieve it.
Roini balayla, Roini balayla, Leroy Shashmuroy. Kumiroini, Roini balayla, Roini balayla, Leroy Shashmuroy. Kumiroini, Roini balayla, Roini balayla, Leroy Shashmuroy. Kumiroini, Roini balayla, Roini balayla, Leroy Shashmuroy. Rakamondo de yoni lani ye oyeve yanenan. 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 Rakamono, yone ksire liva. Oh, yanina, no, yanina. Rakamono, yone ksire liva. Oh, yanina, no, yanina. Rakamono de yoni lani ye oyeve yanenan. 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 Rakamono de yoni lesvile liva. Oh yanino, oh yanina. Rakamono de yoni lesvile liva. Oh yanino, oh yanina. Sama lecha nafshi Kom alecha b'savadi Me'eretz Yafeya Yemeni Ma'avayim Oy Sama lecha nafshi Kom alecha b'savadi Hey, the Adam, hey, did it before. The Hey, the Adam, hey, did it before. yo yo yo. Da 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 da. Oh yo 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 yo. Diddy da da da. Oh yo yo yo. Diddy da da da. Oh yo yo yo. Diddy da da da. Oh yo yo yo. Die da 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 da. Die da 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 da. Die da da. Oh yo 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 yo. Da 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 da. Die da da. Oh yo 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 yo. Diddy da 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 ho yo yo yo. Diddy da 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 ho yo 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 yo. Diddy da 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 ho yo yo yo. Da 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 mo. Ay reve reve reve. Wir will sich mit Kasche sein zu dir. Oh oh oh. Ay reve reve reve. Wir will sich mit Kasche sein zu dir. Reve, reve, reve. Wir will sich mit Kasche sein zu dir. Ay, reve, reve, reve. Wir will sich mit Kasche sein zu dir. Ay, reve, reve, reve. Wir will sich mit Kasche sein zu dir. I hated it, because enough she, I know we been this mama see, hated it, because enough she, look, we been this mama see. Sada wili moiri bedavi ayim shior atzitkoni ayis oy momoy zaktomoy shoy ayim shior hatzadikim Yo boy sakto boy she ay rebe 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 will sich mit Kasche sein zu dir ay rebe 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 will sich mit Kasche sein zu dir ay rebe 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 will sich mit Kasche sein zu dir ay rebe 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 Wir will sich mit Kasche sein zu dir. Reve, sein mit Kusche zu dir. All the ladies, all the women should sit on the left side. I'm fairly confirmed. Which one? We're done. 3 years? We're done. 3 years. Thanks. Good times, right? Yeah, we're done. Thanks so much. Sheldon, can you bring me the bag? Where's the bag? Yo, we're done. We're done for you. We're packed up. We're done. Early day, baby. It's nice to have some love in the air, man. Just in case you're on the bandstand. Appreciate it. Trying to figure out the song.
Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu L'chaim, 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 melech haporim, l'chaim. Hey, ram bam 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 bam, ram bam 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 bam. Ashreinu matay chalkeinu, manayim geiraleinu. Ashreinu matay chalkeinu, umaya fayir shaseinu. Ya yalala ya yalala yalala. Hey, bam 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 bam. Hey, bam 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 bam. Hey, ya la ya la 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 ya la la bam 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 ba yo yo. Hey, bam 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 ba ya. Bam 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 bam. La ya ya la 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 la. Bam 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 bam. Hey, bam 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 bam. Hey, bam 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 bam. Bam 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 bam. Manayim geiraleinu. Ashreinu matayim chalkeinu, umaya fayir shaseinu. Hu yiram bam ba yiram bam. Bam 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 bam. Ya Moshe l'chaim. Dabrudavar vela Yaakov. So it's a verse for Dabrudavar vela Yaakov. Emanukel. So it's a verse for Dabrudavar vela Yaakov. Emanukel. So it's a verse for Dabrudavar vela Yaakov. Hey, so it's a verse for Dabrudavar vela Yaakov. So it's a verse so far. Hey, so it's a verse so far. Hey, Dabrudavar vela Yaakov. So it's a verse so far. Dabrudavar vela Yaakov. Bam 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 bam. Hey, bam 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 bam. It's a verse for Dabrudavar vela Yaakov. So it's a verse for bam 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 bam. Hey, bam 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 bam. Hey, la 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 la. Bam 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 bam. That should help you. What's your name? bam bam ba ya ya wa ya yo. Chayim, 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 chayim. Omar Rava. Afterwards, I'm going to speak. The Gemara says in Masechta Megillah Daf Zayin Amid Beis, Omar Rava, Chayev Inish Lebesume Bepuria, Ade Lo Yade Ben Ar Hamal Baruch Mordechai, a person is obligated, Lebesume Bepuria, on Purim to become Lebesume. So Rashi says, Lebesume is to become inebriated by yayin, through wine. That's how Rashi teaches. Lebesume means you could give it out to the people, let them eat it. Such a big challah, give it to the people, let them eat it. It's a mechitzah, so move it and give it to the people. So Rashi says lebesume is to become in lebesume means lishtaker. Bayayin. Rashi says bayayin with wine. Mismach gula legulam. And that was a kreten for Pesach. The Gemara says, why yayin? Why with wine? So there's a discussion in Poskim if you could fulfill the obligation of chayav inish lebesume not through wine, through other beverages, other mashkas. But Rashi says it's bayayin. The Gemara, literally the reason it was by wine is because Purim was very much connected to wine. The first feast of Achashverosh was V'yein, Malchus Rov, Kiyad HaMelech, Vashsiyah Chados, Ein Oines Kichen Yisad HaMelech. Thank you. Wine, yeah, more wine. Chayim, l'chayim, l'chayim. Chayim. Bayoyim HaShvi was Ketoiv Lev HaMelech, Bayoyim. Later, when Esther makes a feast, Mishta Esther, the two feasts is weiter with wine. It happened on Pesach when there's a chiyuv of Dalet Kaisus on wine. So there's a lot of wine going on. But there's also something else. The Gemara says in Eruvin, Nichnes Yayin Yotzasoid. When wine comes in, secrets come out. In fact, the gematria of Yayin, the Gemara says, is what? 70. Yud, and Nun is 70, 10 and 50. The gematria, the numerical value of the word soid, which means secret, is also 70. Samach is secret, and Samach is 60, also secret, Samach. And Vav is 6, and Dalad is 4, 70. So Yayin and soid are connected. When people drink, the secrets come out. Everybody knows that when people drink, they say things that they usually don't say. When people drink, they do things they usually don't do. People who would never kiss you, kiss you. People who would never hug you, hug you. People who would never tell you that they hate you, tell you that they hate you. People who would never share what's going on in their life will share what's going on in their life. So many times, the way people understand the Gemara is Nichnas Yayin Yotzasoid. When people are inebriated, they're drunk, their true secrets come out. So the skeletons come out, and the demons come out, and the ghosts come out, and the shadows come out, and all the issues come out. Talking about ghosts coming out, we have an illustration. The kids liked it, okay? But the truth is that there's a whole other dimension to Purim. And that is, there are two types of secrets that people hold. There are dark secrets, and there are beautiful secrets, bright secrets. There are dark secrets, that's true. There's people sitting around the table here who have dark secrets. Who doesn't? Today, everyone has. If you don't have it, that itself is a problem, right? Chas v'shalom, you don't have dark secrets, they'll make you crazy until you'll find some dark secret when you were 6, when you were 17, when you were 3. You have to have a dark secret. But there's a whole other secret that we don't talk about enough. And that is, what about the bright secrets? How many secrets do people have that are so beautiful, but they don't know about them? Those are the secrets we want to hear about on Purim. Nichnas yayin yotza soid. We want to hear about the beautiful secrets. We want to hear about the bright secrets. We want to hear about the luminescent secrets. We want to hear about the soidas, the rosin, the raisa, the secrets that lay in you that you don't even know about. You know how many secrets, beautiful, beautiful, stunning, exquisite, geschmacke secrets people have inside of them, and nobody knows about them because they themselves don't know about them. They look at themselves and they don't see those soidos. They don't see those powerful secrets. And they sit down with somebody, the person wants to know, what are your dark secrets? But today the Rebbeinu Shalom asks a different question. I know about your dark secrets. Now tell me about your beautiful secrets. Tell me about your bright secrets. Tell me about everything that's good and right about you, not everything that's dark about you. That's what I want to hear. Nichnas yayin yotza soid. So I want to bless you, my dear brothers, dear friends, l'manachai v'reyai adabro na shalom bach, that tonight, Purim, the Hemshech of Purim, we should all be able to release our secrets. Which secrets? The beautiful secrets, the stunning secrets, tremendous koiches and potentials, and powerful light and love, and beauty and wisdom and depth and creativity that so many of you and so many of us have etched deep down in our systems, in our throats, and in our stomachs, and in our psyches, and in our souls, should come out. All the nuclear energy should come out, not Khalila, destructive nuclear energy, but nuclear energy that can light up your home, that can light up your marriage, that can light up your family, that can light up yourself, that can light up your community, and can light up the whole world. On that note, I'll say l'chaim on wine, l'besume bayayin, nichnes yayin, yotza soid, l'chaim, 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 l'chaim. Tafasta? Der Psalm hast verstanden? Ya 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 the song. Ya 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 nam. Ya 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 na yo. Ya 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 yo na yo nam. Ya 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 yo yo. Oh yeah. Dawai me nafshi kimi manusik. Ya 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 na ya everybody together. Yo 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 yedam ya 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 na yo ya ya yo yo na ay ya ya yo yo. Ya 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 yo 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 ya 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 yo ya ya yo ya ya Nawabshi kimi manu sikva wasi oya achutzudi vishu wasi mizgabi loyevamo. Ya ya yo yo na yo 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 do yo 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 ay 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 yo yo. La ya yakhda ya la la ya yakhda ya la la ya 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 la la ya la la ya la 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 yakhda ya la la ya la la Amma ya la 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 yo la 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 Amma ya la 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 yo la 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 Amma ya la 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 Ki Yano Amecha is ein Zach. That's Yom Kippur. But Yom HaKippurim is Kippurim. And today is Purim, nicht Yom HaKippurim. Yom Purim, it says, is higher than Yom HaKippurim. So today is Taka Ki Yano Amecha, but there's another Ki. Ki Mordechai HaYehudi. The last pasuk of the Megillah, the final verse of the whole Megillah that we read last night and we read today, Chayav Adam L'Kroisa B'Laylo B'Yoyim. What's the final, the grand finale, the last pasuk? Gemara says in Brachos, Hakel Hoylech Acher Achitum. You always look at the end, the summation, the Sachakel. So the Megillah ends with these words, and everybody says it loud. Ki Mordechai HaYehudi, Mishnah LaMelech HaChashverosh, V'Gadol HaYehudim, Ratzui L'Roiv Echav, Doirish Toiv L'Yamai, V'Doiver Shalom L'Chol Zara. That's how Megillah ends. In other words, what's the last message? The last message of the whole story of Purim is the Megillah gives you the climax. What's the climax? I want to tell you about Mordechai. That Mordechai's story was written in the books of Modai and Paras. Ki, why? Because Mordechai the Jew, number one, he was the viceroy of the king. He was the prime minister. Number two, he was Gadol HaYehudim, great among Jews. Number three, he was liked by most of his brothers. Number four, Doirish Toiv L'Yamai, he searched for the welfare of his people. And finally, the last words, V'Doiver Shalom L'Chol Zara, which means he spoke peacefully. You can hear. He spoke peacefully with Shalom. He spoke with peace, L'Chol Zara, to all of his children, to all of his descendants. This is how the Megillah chooses to describe and summarize the life of Mordechai. But let's think about these expressions. What are these expressions? Mishnah LaMelech, Gadol HaYehudim, Ratzui L'Roiv Echav. 5 stages. Is there a sequence here? Is there an evolution here? What's the logic behind it? What's the rhyme? What's the reason? What's more important? What's less important? What's the ultimate? What's the preparation to the ultimate? The first thing the Megillah wants us to know is Mordechai was a Mishnah LaMelech HaChashverosh, which means he was second in command. There was a king, and just like Yosef was his viceroy, the viceroy of Parai, Mordechai was Mishnah LaMelech, he was second to the king. He was the prime minister, as we would call it today, the prime minister of the entire Farsi, the entire Persian Empire. What does that tell a Jew? What does that tell us? That tells a Jew Mordechai was in Golus, he was in exile. This is before the building of the second Beis HaMikdash. The expression of Gemara Megillah is we don't say Hallel on Purim because Hallelu Avdei Hashem, Akati Avde da Achashverosh Anan. We're still servants of Achashverosh, so you can't say Avdei Hashem, Hallelu, Hallelujah, Hallelu Avdei Hashem, because we're not servants Kivayachal of Hashem. We're still servants of Achashverosh. There's something in between. That's what the Gemara says, Megillah Daf Yudala. That's why we don't say Hallel on Purim. One of the 3 reasons. So Mordechai is in Golos, Vaharaya. Who's the king? King is not a Melech Mebeis David. King is not Melech HaMashiach. The king is Achashverosh. he's the king, and Mordechai is his prime minister. Mordechai is his viceroy because it's Galus. Nonetheless, even though it's exile, the Megillah wants us to know that Mordechai became Mishnah L'Melech Achashverosh. I'm not used to this. I have to get used to it. A lot of rabbis are used to it. I'm not so used to it. V'napachu. Very good. Chaim, Chaim, Chaim. What does the Torah want us to know? What does the Torah want us to know? Even in Galus, a Jew could reach the position of Mishnah L'Melech Achashverosh. And if he could, or she could, he should, or she should. What does this mean in every person's life? It means that a person ought to achieve greatness and maximize all of their potentials. And if you could become Mishnah L'Melech Achashverosh, don't duck and don't run, so be it. People who have influence need to flex their muscles and use their influence. Because of so many years of galus, Jews are often afraid of their own shadow. If you have a skill, you crush it. If you have a talent, you repress it. If you have greatness, you hide it. Not only from others, even from yourself. If you have potentials, you obliterate it. If you see somebody else has it, you make sure to make fun of it. You have to put it down. Zak the pasuk, Mordechai Yehudi Mishnah L'Melech Achashverosh. A Jew has to achieve greatness. If you could change the world, change the world. If you could change your country, change your country. If you could change your city, change your city. If you can at least change yourself, at least be a Mishnah L'Melech in your own life. At least be the prime minister of your own life. That's the first message. People should stop putting themselves down and putting other people down. It's always connected. Me vergint sich nicht allein. You know, wie sagen wir, vergint sich nicht. Lass me vergenim. Lass me vergenim. Du bist doch ein Yisrael, Dicker. Chad menayu ketrei minon. Ein Teire keter is Yisrael. How do you say me vergint nicht? No. There's no such a word in English because real nish verginnen is only in Yiddish. In Yiddish, there's real nish verginnen. Even in Hebrew, mefarginim is nish tazay geschmack. Verginnen. So there's a something, you don't vergin somebody else, means you don't tolerate somebody else's success. Mela. That's the Yetzer Hara. But there's something equally bad, and it's also the Yetzer Hara, but you think it's the Yetzer Tov. Mefargit nish zich allein. People don't tolerate their own greatness. You see greatness, you crush it, you destroy it. Somebody once said the definition of a Jew is, if he doesn't feel guilty, he blames himself. Mishnah L'Melech Achashverosh. What are you hiding under the table for? Emerge. Emerge with your full glory. Hashmiyini es hareini es marayich. Hashmiyini es koilech. Ki koilech arev. Umarich nove. Here he goes. He says it's gaiva. That's where we go. I know the problem. Trust me. It's gaiva. Very good. So because we're afraid to be Balei Gaiva, so therefore we make sure to remain off of the Efer, dust and ashes. Very few people in our generation have to be worried about Gaiva. Trust me. I'm still looking for a Bal Gaiva. I'm still looking for a Bal Gaiva. You finished? Ich me a Bal Gaiva. Ich me a Bal Gaiva. In your best days, you don't know what Gaiva is. Halavai, you would know what Gaiva is. Karev Hashem l'nishbirei leiv ves dakei ruach yoshia. Right? You know what dakei ruach means? Crushed spirits. Nishbirei leiv doesn't mean Mordechai had a leiv nishbar. Nishbar leiv means your heart is open. What does it mean, a broken heart? There's a crack. You're not smug. You're not arrogant. Your heart is open. That's what nishbirei leiv means. Your heart is open. You're a humble person. Breaking a heart doesn't mean you break a heart, you destroy your heart. Breaking a heart means you puncture holes to open up your heart to the infinity that is around you. That's what Shviras Halev means. That's what the Alter Rebbe says, the Alter Balatanya says in Torah Parshas Tetzaveh. We learned a few weeks ago the Maimer about the tzitz. That's how we touch Shviras Halev. I grew up in the Crown Heights section of Brooklyn. There was a Yid there, a schnorrer. He would collect money for tzedakah. I happened to like him. His name was Teddy. Teddy. Anybody remembers Teddy? You remember Teddy? Teddy was a very special man. He had an Edelkeit. He's already of the Olam HaEmes. And he would sleep on one of the benches there, and he would collect money all day. He would walk around collecting money. Teddy, he was like a Ben Bayis in 770. There's a grocery store a block away from 770. It's called Khan Superit. Actually, my grandfather used to own it, and then he sold it to him. It's a grocery store. So he told me that he was in the grocery store, and Teddy was there. And Teddy was buying a lottery ticket. Teddy, the beggar in 770, was buying a lottery ticket. The lottery ticket was hundreds of millions. So he turned to Teddy and he said, Teddy, what will you do with the money if you win? So Teddy said, listen, Rabbi Yisrael, gewaltige Wort. Teddy said, I will hire security guards not to allow any other schnorrers into 770. So I can have the whole shul for myself. And then I'll be successful. Every door there's going to be a security guard. Nobody is allowed to beg, only me. The Hearst, that was Teddy. So a lot of people live their lives that way. Even when they're thinking about the lottery ticket, the best they can do is imagine I'm going to be the only beggar in 18 Forshay. Imagine you would be the only guy collecting money today in 18 Forshay. And every day, what would you come out with? Ganz geht. No? You would do pretty well for yourself. More than you're making. But you have to be the only one. You get all the business. Everybody who's in a Purim de Kamud gives it to you. So Teddy was thinking big. He was thinking big. Nobody else. There's thousands of people there in shul. He's going to get all the business, all the tzedakah. But he couldn't extricate himself from the mindset that I'm a beggar. I'm a beggar. I'm always going to be a beggar. The question is, will I be one of 1,000? Or will I be Einoid Mulvadi? I'll be the only beggar. But a beggar he remains. That's the pshat we spoke last year, I think, Purim. The Gemara says, also Masechus Megillah, after Chayav Inish L'Psuma B'Puria Adalo Yada, you have to drink wine. What does wine do? It brings out the good secrets. Gewaldig. A Freilich and Purim. Torah, always Torah. Always Torah. Freilich and Purim to you too. This won't work. Okay, no problem. Yishakeinim and Ashikis Piyu, Atzloch Rabba.
Amen.
Gamatim, Psuris Tovus. Nice to see you. So what does the Gemara tell the story right after that? Megillah Daf Zayin. What's the next story? Everybody knows the story. Rabbi and Abzeda made a meal, Sudas Purim. Come Rabbi, Shachtel and Abzeda. Who did Rosh Hashiva? Come Rabbi. Come Rabbi. For Shachtel and Abzeda. Rabbi stood up and he slaughtered Abzeda. So we gave quite a few shiurim on it, what it means. But there's one taich. Rabba means greatness. Rav means large, big, great. Rabba is greatness. Zayda means smallness. What happens by the meal of Purim? Come Rabba, Shachtel Reb Zayda. Your greatness has to slaughter your smallness. The Herst, your Rabba has to shecht your Zayda. Your Gadlus. Okay, good. Your Gadlus has to shecht your Katnus. Mishnah Melech HaChashverish. And the truth is that you already see it right in the beginning of the Megillah, the first chapter, which many Svarim, Neschaptu, they struggle. What's the message of the opening chapter of the Megillah with all of the details and nuances of Achashverosh's party? Is it really relevant? Most Tanoim say that you don't even have to read it from there. What do you have to read about Toik Fishal Achashverosh? But Allah is like Reb Meir, that you have to read Koiriyas Kula from Vayibam Achashverosh. Which l'chayre, the point of that chapter is that Vashti was executed and Achashverosh needed a new queen. So could have said, Achashverosh made a party, he was drunk, and he asked Vashti to come and she rebelled. I have to know that the party went for 180 days straight. And when he finished, you would think 180 days of hulenzich, of feasting suffices. Nah, nechte getag. Asa melech chalam animtzim b'shushan, mishta shiva, another 7 days. And now we have to know the designers, what the exterior design was like, what the interior design was like. Chur, karpas, tchelas, boots, argama. The types of beds, the types of metals, the types of fabrics, types of tiles, everything I have to know. Types of goblets that he served, who cares? V'hashkas b'chlei zav, v'kelim shoynim, ma'inaf kamina. That's the Negeta Purim. He could have said he threw an extravagant party. He was drunk. Vashti rebelled. Next. You don't even have to say that. You could say Vashti got into a fight with his wife and he killed her and he was looking for a new queen. Why is this so relevant in all the details? And if you miss a word, if you miss a few words about what type of material Achashverosh used by his party, you weren't Yotzei Kriyas HaMegillah. That means you can't celebrate Purim if you don't understand Chur, Karpas, Tchelas, Ma'inaf Gemena, a shikere goy. The Gemara calls him a melech tipish, an idiot, a half-chefan, a spineless fellow. The Gemara calls him a shtickle idiot, a meshugana. Haragas ishta mipnei oyavoy v'haragas oyavoy mipnei ishta. First he murders his wife because of his best friend, then he murders his best friend because of his wife. That's what type of guy he is. And we don't know who he murdered after that, because the story ends at some point, people are hungry. So you understand the oimek. The mashmoos is that you can't celebrate Purim if you don't know which fabrics this Persian drunkard used to decorate his party. At least the women are listening. You can always rely on Esther Hamalka, Chveisers, on the men. So one of the explanations in this is that the Megillah is trying to teach a powerful lesson. And one of the powerful lessons the Megillah is teaching is, besides other lessons, is one that's the Torah wants you to know a very important point. And that is, you have to know how to throw a party. You have to learn from Achashverosh how to do things right. Here's a man, which as they say in Yiddish, nishken übergespitzte Chacham. He wasn't very clever or wise. And he had a lot of issues. Nonetheless, he understood that if you could throw a party for 187 days straight, anything less than that is not acceptable. Whoever heard of such a party? There are people here who came of age in the 1960s and were part of the counterculture movement of Ada Lo Yada ben Arer Haman LeBaruch Mardechai, but not always in a Purim-dika way. Or maybe in a Purim-dika way, but the superficial Purim, if you don't understand what Purim is. And they would party, all the Woodstocks, etc. How long did the party go? A weekend, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 187 days to Shikizich non-stop. It's unique. It's more than a half a year. Almost a half a year straight. I mean, I wonder what the economy looked like after a half a year of feasting. Who knows how to feast this way? So the Megillah wants to teach you a lesson. Madach Achashverosh, for whom his entire life was food and drinks and wine and all of the other things he was into and involved, like the Megillah describes and the Chazal describe even more. Even he understood that if you have the potential to throw a party for 187 days, you have to do it. And if you could make a party, v'hashkes b'chleizav, v'yein malchus rav kiyada melech rashiyach hadas einoines. If you could do it with the greatest of abundance, you have to do it. And if you can have chur, karpas, tcheles, butz, argaman, mitoizov, sheish, ketzav, everything the Megillah describes, you have to do it. Madach Achashverosh, a melech Tipish understood this. So a Jew who comes from Am Chacham v'Noven, from a wise and intelligent people, and understands that in life there may be more important things than getting drunk for 187 days straight. Hayitachem, that we don't understand, that you have to know how to throw your party. That you have to be able to do things according to your capacity. Nonetheless, people look at somebody else's capacity. I look at you look at me, you look at him, you say, based on this person, I'm doing well. Achashverosh didn't think like that. Achashverosh didn't say, based on all the other beggars, I'm doing well. No. I have 127 provinces under me. It's going to appear that way. So this is a gewaldige lesson. The Megillah is teaching a Jew never ever to surrender to mediocrity. Never ever to allow your smallness to triumph. Never ever allow yourself to live a life of quiet desperation and to surrender to meekness and to fear and to keep all of the greatness etched and hidden as a secret, with all of the good excuses, as he said, you don't want to be a balgaiva, and you don't want to make people jealous, and you don't want to flex your muscles, and you want to be modest, which are all beautiful things. Not to be a balgaiva, not to make people jealous, and to be modest, those are all beautiful things. But nobody is going to gain from the fact that your light is not fully expressed. On the contrary, when I fully express my light, it helps other people express their light more. And the same is true the opposite. So the first thing you have to know about Mordechai is the last pasuk, Mordechai Yehudi Mishneh LaMelech Achashverosh. If you could be a king, you have to be a king. And stop questioning and second-guessing yourself and putting yourself down again and again and again. Mishneh LaMelech Achashverosh. And it means emotionally, it means financially, it means psychologically, it means spiritually. Don't be afraid of success. There's no need to celebrate failure. Don't be afraid of absolute success. God doesn't need people who always look at themselves as small. He needs and wants people who can identify their unique greatness and actualize it. One of the greatest plagues of our generation is 4 words. People walk around with 4 words. Mi ani umani. Who am I and what am I? And the answer is ayin ve'efes mamish. Absolute nothingness. Mi ani, who am I? Nobody. Mani, what am I? Nothing. And you call it humility, anova. What does it do with humility? What does it do with humility? Verstehst? Come, Rabbi. Schachtel Reb Zera. L'chaim, 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 l'chaim. We'll continue with the next 4 stages of Mordechai. But first, let's incorporate first thing. So what does this mean practically? Everybody's sitting here. Each one of you has secrets. Each one of you has secrets. I'm not talking about the dark secrets. That you'll do in therapy tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Sunday. If not Sunday, Monday. It's none of my business, your dark secrets. We're not talking about the dark secrets. But every one of you has gewaldige soides, beautiful secrets. You have moiredike koiches, moiredike secrets. Tonight in the Yisratzen of Purim, it's time for you to let those secrets out. Tell yourself, genug with Zera, genug with Katnos. You deserve to be a Mishneh LaMelech. A Mishneh LaMelech. What did Paroi tell Yosef? When does it become Gaiva? Where is he? Where is the younger man? Geschrien Gaiva and then er weg. Okay, maybe he was afraid of Gaiva. Gaiva is when it becomes koichi v'oitzim yadi. All me, it become arrogant and stupid and smug. When a person realizes that you're a shliach of Hashem in this world and you're a conduit for the light of Hashem in this world, what's the Gaiva? Fakert. Your strength is not your own. It's not selfish, narcissistic. It's divine. You're an ambassador of God. You're an ambassador of love, light, and hope. What's the Gaiva? Nothing to do with Gaiva. L'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim. You understood? Huh?
Where's Zalman?
California.
You won back? Like him?
Yeah. It's the bench. Kein Teufel muss schon. It's not Gerabo. What's your name? What's your name? Valde Knossen. Valde. Amen. We want to hear you more. We want to hear you.
Why was behind Mason Ramsey?
Ja.
Maybe the Schmiddish of a Schmiddish kommt zu Klarkeit. Chaim.
Kein Teufel muss schon noch Chaim Lebracha.
Schönen Weiß, einfach wieder.
Aber das hat Zwacha.
I was early, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I didn't tell me.
So das Teufel ist damit Kalayame. Bam 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 boy yakhda ya ya berede ma ya khdere ma wa ya boy Chaim. Go. Let's go around, bless everybody. So you're good.
Rabbi is the best.
Yachdayim da-da-dayim da-da-dam-bam-bayim da-da-dayim bye bam-bam-bam-bayim Kotoin ato beinecho Aloi roish la alfa Yisrael oto L'chaim, 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 l'chaim Ha'irani chochem echad Is that a chochem echad, yeah? Ha'irani chochem echad The Haftarah of Parsha Zachor, right before Purim. What does Shmuel tell Shaul HaMelech? Im kotoin ata beinecha haloi roish la'alfa Yisrael ata vayim shachacha Hashem l'melech al Yisrael. You may be small in your own eyes, and he doesn't deny it. But you roish la'alfa Yisrael, Hashem anointed you to be a melech al Yisrael. Every single person was anointed. Every single person is nimshach. Every single person is anointed in his or her own way. Shluchai shel Adam k'moisai. L'kutei Torah, the Baal HaTanya says, Shluchai shel Adam. Adam is Adam ha'elyon, the ultimate Adam. Adam ha'elyon shal ha'kisei. Shluchai shel Adam ha'elyon is k'moisai. Im katan ata beinecha. You may be small in your own eyes. You were chosen as a head. Each person in his or her own capacity. One person is a melech on a country. One person is a melech on a state. One person is a melech on a city. One person is a melech on a neighborhood. One person is a melech on a block. One person is a melech in his own home. One person is a melech in his own business. One person is a melech on himself. Eicha melech. Vayim shechacha Hashem lemelech HaYisrael. L'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim. You can't only identify with your brokenness. You have to be able to identify with your wholeness. It doesn't mean that there's no katnos. Of course there's katnos. Of course there's katnos. But you have to be able to say, I want to identify with my wholeness, not with my brokenness. The challenge is not that there's brokenness. When the brokenness becomes who I am, there's nothing else. A person gets into a bad mood, angry mood, depressed mood, whatever it is. But the choice is, am I going to identify with that as the exclusive feature of who I am? It's there, of course it's there. But who said it? That has to become the melech. Ki amalchus shel chahi. What do we say in Aleinu? Ki amalchus shel chahi. What does ki amalchus shel chahi mean? We touch to Pirish HaMilos. Ki amalchus shel chahi. Malchus belongs to you. So what are we saying? Malchus belongs to the chelik elekami mal mamish. What do you have to give Malchus to all of the broken parts of your system? Ki Malchus shel chayi. Malchus belongs to the part of you which is divine, to the part of you which is wholesome, to the part of you which has infinite possibilities, to the part of you that's a mirror of the Rebbeinu Shalom. Why do you give Malchus to the part? Why do I have to give Malchus, royalty, kingship, power, to the part of me that's broken, that's fragmented, that's filled with traumas and insecurities and fears? Ki malchus shalchahi. That's where malchus belongs. Malchus belongs where it belongs. Vayim shechacha Hashem lemelech HaYisrael. Why is the melech in me, the most broken, traumatized part becomes the melech malchei hamlachim? It's there. Give it a kiss, caress it, embrace it, nurture it. How about b'sar achmanas? Why do you turn it into a melech? You have to take an infection and turn it into the king. It's an infection. So we have infections. A person has a lot of milus and has chesroinus. We all have flaws. What are the flaws after become the king? That's the first message. Mishnah Lamelech Achashverosh. Then there is the next stage. Gadol HaYehudim. He wasn't only the Mishnah Lamelech Achashverosh. He was also Gadol HaYehudim. He was great among Jews. Throughout history, you had Jews who have become very, very successful to everybody else. The Chiddush of Mordechai was Gadol HaYehudim. He was a Gadol among Jews. He remained a Gadol. There were Jews who flexed their muscles, who became very big, very popular. Mela. The Chiddush of Mordechai was Gadol HaYehudim. By Yidden is a given a Gadol. That was the Chiddush of Mordechai. By Jews he was a Gadol. He was great by Jews. He wasn't only in the palace, he came into the palace, Mordechai. By Jews he was considered great. Why was he considered by Jews great? Because he never lost his soul. Because there was no gaiva. Because he was on a shlichus of Hashem. Ver Mordechai. Amos. Yeah. Amos. Gadol HaYehudim, he didn't sell his soul. The Gemara says in Megillah, Daf Yud Gimel, why is Ish Yehudi Haya B'Shushan Abira? Ish Yehudi Haya B'Shushan Abira. So the Lubavitcher Rebbe once asked, there was one Jew in Shushan Abira? Ish Yehudi Haya B'Monsi. Ushmai Shalom Potash. Ben Yori, Ben Shimon. Well, Ish Yehudi, there was one Jew in Shushan Abira. So going, Ein Yid. Shushan was filled with Jews. It was the capital of the Persian Empire. So the Rebbe touched, Ish Yehudi Haya B'Shushan Habira. Most Jews were Jews in the Shtibel. Ish Yehudi Haya B'Shushan Habira. In Shushan Habira he was a Yid. That's a different inyan. Ish Yehudi Haya B'Shushan Habira. In Shushan Habira he was a Jew. He wasn't a Jew in his basement. And then when he came to the real world, he was somebody else. The Gemara says in Megillah Yud Gimel, why is he called Ish Yehudi? So Stira, Ish Yehudi is from Shevet Yehuda. Ben Yair, Ben Shmi, Ben Kish, Ish Yemini is from Binyamin. Binyamin is Ben Yemini, is Binyamin. So he's not from Yehudi, he's from Binyamin. So the Gemara says, why is he called Yehudi? Because Kol HaKoifer B'Avodah Zarah is called a Yehudi. Definition of Yehudi is, he's Moida in Hashem and Torah, and he's Koifer, he denies Avodah Zarah. That's why he's called Ish Yehudi. Mordechai was Gadol HaYehudim. He was a Gadol in the world of Yehudi, he was a Gadol. It's a different type of Mishnah Lamelech. There are people who become very successful and very powerful, and then you can't talk to them. They stinken, they smell. That's the opposite. Of course become great, but be Gadol HaYehudim. That a Yehudi, what's a Yehudi? A Yehudi is somebody who's Koifer B'Avodah Zarah. He worships nobody, not even his ego. That's where he's a Gadol. He doesn't worship his own ego and his own self-aggrandizement. He starts taking himself and his ego seriously. That's not enough. Now there's step 3. It's even deeper. Ratzui l'roi v'echav. Now this is mamish, a stab in the back. Imagine a person gets up at the Levaya, a funeral of a great man, and he starts talking about this man. He was this, and he was that, and he was unbelievable, and he was extraordinary. And most people liked him. It's almost like the anecdote with there was a Rabbi Nebuch. He had a heart attack. A rabbi in a shul with a board of directors, a real shul with a real board. How you see it? And he's in the hospital. So the president of the board comes to visit him in the hospital. He says, Rabbi, I have great news for you. Last night the board had a meeting and we were negotiating, we were discussing if we should make a resolution to wish you a recovery or not. That was the discussion. And I'm happy to report that we took a vote. It was 7-6 that you should have a recovery. Ratzui l'roi v'echav. 7-6 that Mordechai is a good guy. Really? Imagine you're looking into a shidduch for your daughter. Yeah, so you call the shadchan, I heard about this bacher. Most people like him. Really? You're not going anywhere with this. Most people like him, really? And what about the others? You don't want to say anything, don't say anything. The end of the Megillah, the Megillah can't say anything else. What type of chutzpah is this? This man saved Klal Yisrael. There was some nudnik in back of the shul who's a chain smoker and eats sponge cake a whole day with herring and smokes one cigarette and then so now he becomes the man d'Ama. At the end of the Megillah, we have to talk about this nudnik. There's always chronic complainers among Jews. You could save him, you could save his family, you could take him out of the dumps. He'll still say, he's doing it for himself. You always have chronic people who nothing is ever good enough. So we have to turn them into ganzen miyuchasim, and they become the opinion makers, and they decide the agenda. Maybe there were a few nudniks who didn't like Mordechai. So there's always somebody who doesn't like it. So Dasan and Aviram become the Deizagers. They become the leaders. They become the trendsetters. We have to say, Ratzui l'roi v'echav. Here's a man who literally saved the Jewish people from extermination. He inspired Esther. He told her what to do. He's the one who implemented what Esther said. I mean, he was behind it. Ratzui l'roi v'echav. That's what you say about him. So Rashi says immediately, Pshat. What does Rashi say? Lefi shabatel mitalmud Torah v'nichnas l'shrara. Because Mordechai became the prime minister of the Persian Empire, so he couldn't sit and learn like he used to learn before. Before that, Mordechai was in the Sanhedrin, leader of the Sanhedrin. So his whole life was a life of Torah. Now, he certainly learned. Probably woke up at 4 in the morning or 3 in the morning, and he learned an hour in the morning, maybe an hour at night, maybe lunch break. But he ran the whole Persian Empire. He was the Mishnah Malach. He didn't have the same time, the same mental space. Batal medivrei Torah v'nichnas l'shrara. He assumed such a powerful position. So most Jews appreciated it because they understood that Mordechai didn't do it because he was looking for fame or power or money. He did it for one reason and one reason only, to be able to remain influential in the most important office of power in the world at the time. Achashverosh was a Moshel Bekippah, the Gemara says. He dominated the world. He was a superpower. But there were some Jews who felt it was wrong. They didn't have a personal vendetta against Mordechai. They felt this is not Mordechai doesn't belong in the White House of Shushan. Mordechai doesn't belong in the White House of Shushan. You have a Jared Kushner. Zolom Zayin zu gesund. But Mordechai is a Sanhedrin Yid. Mordechai is Kol Kulei Torah. That's where he belongs. So in Mela, some of them felt he made a mistake. It There was an argument, a legitimate argument. Most disagreed. Most held Mordechai was absolutely right. But why does the Megillah have to mention this? Because this is the third step. A Mishnah Lamelech you should be. And Gadol HaYehudim you should be. But there's one more thing.